Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Guys, welcome back to Just Nuts. Today we've got another news video as per usual. We've got a big one here. We've got the rest of all of the Dragon Maid cards finally revealed here on Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. As always, shout out to them. Like, that's where I do almost exclusively all my news videos from. They're just so good, and they format it nicely so it's easy to read and easy for all that stuff. So just shout out to them. But we have every single Dragon Maid card revealed. We're going to go through the whole archetype now. And we got some other news, but we'll get to that after, right? So we'll start by jumping right in because I don't want to waste any time. We got 9 new cards to go through. We have Dragon Maid Nursery. So I guess that's kind of like nursery if you have like it's kind of what it looks like. I told you this one would be the Earth one, and it is. And I was right. She's a level 2 Earth Dragon effect monster with 500 attack, 1600 defense. Pretty staple for what we've seen from the Dragon Maid lower level ones. Very low attack, okay defense, not really relevant. If this card, both of her effects are hard once per turn, by the way. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Then the classic, at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one level 7 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. Now this is weird to me. I wasn't sure because we had the water and the wind revealed. The wind special is a level 8 specifically, and the water special summons a level 7. So I wasn't sure if they were all going to special summon different levels and all their big forms would be different levels. But this one shares with the water, so I guess this one can special the water one, and the water one can special the earth one, which is weird because they can't do it with the wind. Weird synergy, like mismatching synergy there, but still. Nice. That's the standard, especially for Graves. Pretty solid. It's just more of a follow-up play. You're never doing this. Like I don't really see you doing this turn 1 unless you draw some turbo cards to dump something, right? So that's cool there. Then we move to Dragon Maid Day, which is the bigger form of the Earth. It's a level 7 Earth Dragon effect monster with 2600 attack, 1600 defense, and its first and third effects are hard once per turns. First effect says as a quick effect. You can discard this card for cost, then special summon one level 4 lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand. That's not bad at all. I mean, they all have effects that are going to special summon something from hand or graveyard. So, and like this being engraved, like doesn't change anything. Like you bring them from hand or graveyard, so like you might as well use it to turbo the other ones, the little ones that may be clogging your hand a little bit, to get them out a little quicker. May let you put 2 beat sticks on the board instead of just 1, which is nice, and it just gets you another like trigger of an effect too. You know, you special the water, you mill 3. You special the earth, you special summon from grave. You were already able to put one in grave. You special summon the wind, you're able to foolish anything. You know what I mean? So it does have some utility, but it is specific to what you have in your hand. It's all right. And then the other stuff is the same for all the big ones. While you control a fusion monster, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. And at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand if you do special summon a level 2 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. So the same way how 2 of them special summon the same level 7, 2 of them, the big ones, special summon the same level 2s, which is interesting. Then we'll move to Laudry. We've already read Laudry before. She mills 3. When she's normal summoned or special summoned, and then at the start of the battle phase, she returns herself to the hand and special summon at a level 7. So she can special summon the Earth one, I believe. Then we move to her big form, which we have not seen yet, Dragon Maid Fluss. It's a level 7 Water Dragon effect monster with 2600 and 1600, pretty standard. There, the stats. First effect, they're all hard once returns. The first and third are, you can discard this card, then target one monster in the graveyard as cost, and return that monster to the deck. Now, I believe the way this is worded, this can also work on your opponent, so that's not the worst. I mean, like I've said, the big ones don't do anything in your hand. They do pretty much just as much for you in the graveyard. So you might as well get that extra little banish from grave. And it's not a quick effect. If this was a quick effect, I actually would like this a lot. Like a lot. I mean, we've seen formats in the past year of DD Crow popping in just as a pure card. This is a DD. This would be an in archetype DD Crow that then can be revived and used as, part of your end board. Just putting a big beat stick on board, right? So, not the case, but still, just Managing Grid can get like an important resource that maybe your opponent's going to try and follow up with on the next turn or something. You know what I mean? There is utility for it, definitely. But it's not insane. And then the other effects are the same. While you control a fusion monster, can't be destroyed by card effects, and at the end of the battle phase, you can bounce it to the hand to special summon a level 2. Should also be able to special summon Nassery as well. There. And then we have the new one that we haven't really seen much of. We have Dragon Maid Tilru, the fire one. She seems to be the cook. She's a level 3 dragon effect monster, so I assume she's going to kind of pair with the wind one. They will special summon each other's monsters, and then the level 2s will special summon theirs. 500 attack, 1700 defense, exactly the same as what we've been seeing. And the first and second effects are hard ones per turn. First effect says if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Dragon Maid monster from your deck to your hand, except for herself. Then send a Dragon Maid monster from hand to the graveyard. It doesn't say you do have to send, which is kind of a bummer because you may have some situations where you want to just search something, and if you have no cards in hand, you have to search it and send it. But I don't think that's the end of the world. Like we've been talking about here, this deck has a ton of graveyard synergy. The send is not the end of the world, especially if you're searching her big dragon form. You just search it and dump it to grave, and then at the start of the battle phase, you're going to trade her for the big dragon, right? So, like the one thing that's cool is like this card becomes like literally just a no card 2700 beat stick. Right, because you just normal summon her, you search her big dragon, you dump it, and then at the start of the battle phase, you just bounce her back to get the dragon out. I don't think turn one, I don't believe that will work because I don't think you have a battle phase turn 1. Which is kind of lame, but on your opponent's turn, if they don't wipe her off the field before they make it to battle phase, then you will get that special. And then she goes back to your hand, so like you pretty much got that dragon on board for no cost, which is decent, but I feel like you have to play like almost 3 of all of them just to make the deck work, which is kind of unfortunate. And then her big form is Dragon Maid Falame, I don't know. It's a level 8 dragon effect monster pairing with the winds like we talked about. 2700 and 1700 are stats, pretty standard as we've seen, and its first and third effects are once per turns. Quick effect. Nice. You could discard this card, then target one Dragon Maid monster you control. It gains 2,000 attack until the end of the turn. I actually quite like that. Not gonna lie. If it buffs any Dragon Maid monster, you can like toss it. You can throw that at one of the small ones to make them 2,500, or you can throw it at one of the big ones, making them like 4,700 and 4,600. So that's fine. It's a nice little battle trap, honestly. I don't hate this effect at all. And then the other effects are exactly the same. Indestructible while you control fusion, and at the end of the battle phase, return to the hand and special summon one level 3 Dragon Maid from hand. Which is pretty nice. Oh, actually, this one's only from hand. Oh, wait. Are the other ones only from hand? Yeah, only from hand. Yep. The big ones are only from hand. Then we go through the wind, and then we have the fusion monster. When we saw the big dragons that they can't be destroyed by card effects, but you control fusion, we kind of assumed there was going to be a fusion monster in here. This is her, Hosky, a level 9 light dragon fusion, 3,000 attack, 2,000 defense, takes one Dragon Maid monster plus any other dragon monster. That does allow for you to play possibly some generic, dragon support and still work here. Its effects, though. Once per turn, during the standby phase, either standby phase, I'm guessing because it sounds generic, you can target one other Dragon Maid monster you control. Special summon in defense position one Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard whose level is either 1 higher or 1 lower. Not bad. I mean, you just what? Wait. It does have to target one other. I was going to say, because she is level 9, you could literally, if it wasn't an other dragon, you can target yourself and then special one of the 8s, but it's fine. You target an 8, you special a 7, you special a 7, target a 7, you special an 8. It should work out either way, more or less. And then our last effect, when another face-up dragon monster you control is returned to the hand, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. It's targeting destruction, but it's just a free extra pop. I'm not sure how worth this is because I don't think the fusion spell is anything in all that in a box of chocolates. This is the spell we've already seen. It's the monster reborn for the archetype. Then we have a continuous spell called Dragon Maid Reception. It's a continuous spell card, and the second effect is a hard once per turn. Monsters you control gain 1,000 attack and defense for each Dragon Maid monster you control. That's not crazy. I guess it's fine for like the little ones. It makes the little ones' defense like decent. If you control like 3 of them, they'll be actually like 2,000, which is nice. That's really the only thing that matters, I guess. And then it pushes the big ones up to 3,000 around there. So like that's all right. That's an all right effect. Second effect says if you control 2 or more Dragon Maid monsters, you can target one Dragon Maid card in your graveyard except for Reception and add it to your hand. Okay, just like once per turn, just as long as you control 2, get a free one back to hand. That's not bad, for sure. And then third effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can, for the rest of this turn, all Dragon Maid monsters you control will be unable to be targeted by your opponent's card effects. It has to be sent to the graveyard. As far as I've seen, there's no real synergy in this deck that sends this outside of what the wind one, Parla, I think is her name, where she's normally special summon. She can mill any Dragon Maid card, or is it a Dragon Maid monster? Yeah. So I guess like you could just normal summon Parla, send this, and then for the rest of the turn you're untargetable if you're trying to actually like wipe a board. That's not terrible. For sure. That's an alright card. I think it's a little slow and it doesn't synergize as well with the rest of the deck, but it's alright. It's alright. Then we have our fusion card here, Dragon Maid Changing, a normal spell card. The second effect is a hard once per turn. Fusion summon one dragon fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. And the second effect says if this card is in the graveyard, you can target one Dragon Maid monster you control, add this card to your hand, and if you do, return that monster to the hand. This card's like really super mediocre to me. Like it's a fusion card, like, and it's 2019, guys. Like if we get a fusion card for an archetype specifically, it needs to be good. Like I'm talking about like Shadal fusion, like fusing straight from deck and stuff, sending generic lights and stuff from deck to graveyard, like. But this is just super mediocre. It fuses from field or graveyard, or field or hand, not even graveyard included. This is supposed to be a graveyard eccentric archetype, but you don't even have that included. And the recursion effect is like not even that good. It bounces one that you already control to your hand. It doesn't get one back from grave. It just bounces one that you already had access to. So I don't know. This card seems super mediocre to me. It makes me like not want to play the fusion, sort of. But we'll see if there's more synergy there than I think. And then we have a trap card to finish us off. Dragon Maid Relaxation is a continuous trap where you can use the first effect with this card's name only once per turn. That first effect is that you can target one Dragon Maid monster you control, then activate one of these effects. Oh, sorry guys, it's early for me. You can return the targeted monster to the hand, and if you do, add a Dragon Maid card from deck to hand, except for Relaxation. That's nice. I mean, straight up just a searcher. It's continuous. You just do that every single turn. Not terrible. Or you can return the targeted monster to the hand, and if you do, return one spell or trap card your opponent controls to the hand. Why would I... Konami, please stop printing cards that bounce back row. You have to destroy or banish or shuffle back row. You cannot be bouncing back row. It's terrible. You will never use that. I mean, I don't want to say you'll never use that effect. The only situation you use that is when you're already like super set up that like you don't even need any more resources. You're just trying to like get like on the end phase of your opponent's turn, bounce a back row back to their hand. Like that's what you're trying to do here. Assuming you got to keep a monster on board through their turn. Ugh, so bad, so terrible. But the first effect is decent. The second effect is terrible. I don't know if this card actually ends up being worth. It's not. It returns to hand, so it's not actually a -1. It is just like a straight up +1. it's all right. It's a pretty good card, which you lose board presence. So this is what we got overall for the Dragon Maids. I mean, I'm not disappointed. I didn't expect this deck to be super competitive. I mean, I thought it had the best chance to be competitively viable, but like it's still a deck build pack, and we've seen like Prank Kids, which has been like a solid deck, but not amazing, and we've seen Strikers, which has been like downright amazing. You know, so it's hit or miss, and I think, well, technically this is a miss competitively. I do think it's a cool deck. It works different. I think it has a different dynamic than a lot of decks do. Maybe similar to like FAs almost, a swap aspect, or yeah, sort of. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I mean, I think this is like a cool rogue deck, but I don't really see it doing anything spicy. None of its effects are like that impactful. They don't really disrupt the opponent much at all. That's a pretty big thing there. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm offbeat a little bit, if I'm not really on the mark. But I think it's a cool rogue deck for sure. I definitely am interested in it just because of the artwork and it's cool. Well, this is the only one I'll really be keeping an eye on Mystic Fighters for me personally. But as always, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.